segment with my Dr. Rob and shit producer Pete.
A black bag, and a chair. They are positioned against a backdrop of vertical drapes.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Pete?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you all hear me in the chat? Am I coming through? Am I getting a 5x5? I've put the microphone a bit closer to me tonight, everyone, because I thought I sounded a bit far away. And Pete's always so loud and lovely.
Loud and lovely.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, it's Tuesday again. That can mean only one thing. It's me and the very clever producer, Pete. Yes, I'm being nice to Pete tonight.
Yeah, I don't know why.
If you saw
Very
in
suspect.
if you saw in the show notes that I actually did say wonderful producer Pete. I know that might sound amazing, but no, Pete does. I didn't even know Pete did that warm up. That was good, Pete. I like that.
Like that? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I like the at the end as well. That
Always.
yeah, I think I'll we'll have to keep that again. We'll use that again.
We'll negotiate. Okay.
Yeah, a full pack show again, Pete.
Yeah, you do.
Look,
it's a whole list.
Look, and at the end there, look.
Yeah.
The legendary and the one and only. It is the Tuesday night live from Bedford. Shire. Shire. We're in the Shire. Live from Bedfordshire quiz with your 6 questions and the ultimate 6th question, all about the legend who is Mr. George Michael. Yes, yeah. And how's Pete? You all right, Pete?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. Yeah. Wonderful autumn weather here.
What's happening? What's happening with the weather then?
Oh no, a bit windy and rainy, and then a bit sunny, and then a bit windy, and then a bit like that. That's
excellent. Okay. Yeah, I pulled my last vegetables off my allotment today. My last peppers and my last mashed potato squashes. I might show people my mashed potato squashes actually. They're so lovely as an alternative to normal carbohydrate laden potatoes and rice and things like that. Mashed potato squash. I'll show it later. Is such a great alternative. Really tasty, delicious even. Can't even speak. Shall we do this then, Pete? Shall we?
Who's in the chat tonight? Everyone's here, ready to ignite, attacking fast. We're feeling fine, no limits here.
Yeah, once again, it was him. It's always him.
It's all no, not always. But
Nearly.
yeah.
It's either him
a lot of it,
or CMB or maybe Rick.
Yeah.
But
I think CMB is passed out because I haven't seen him yet. So
yeah, he must. Has he not showed up yet?
no, I haven't seen him.
Oh, that is unusual. Yeah.
Don't think I have.
Anyway, good evening, Jamesy, and of course, you were the first in the chat, which means you should get one of these. Yeah, well done, James. First in the chat. And let's go back to the comments. Where's my comments? Oh, there we are. Yeah, I lost them for a second there. And who was next? We've got Rick. Good evening, Titty Ricky. Welcome, sir. And then, I posted some stuff about Richard D. Hall. If you haven't seen it, the Richard D. Hall trial judgment is tomorrow. They're going to email him. So if you want to know about it, just keep an eye on the website. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good outcome. I think they're going to take him for every fucking penny he's got personally, because the system is corrupt, and that's what it is. And there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, if you're interested in that, watch Richard D. Hall's website. And a little plug for Pete here. Little plug for Pete. If you wish to support a producer Pete, check my Patreon /Lowlands Pete page. Why didn't you just put the link, Pete? Put the link in.
That's
there.
pretty much the link.
Oh, is it?
Patreon.com and then /Lowlands Pete.
Yeah, but you could probably put the proper link.
I could probably put.
Yeah. And whilst we're talking of promotion, I don't want to go on about it, you know.
But
it
does help the show.
It does help the show, and our bills are. Listen, people probably don't know this, Pete, but StreamYard, which is what we use, and I use the cheaper version, the one that's up there. You can see up there, and it does say StreamYard right next to my thing. I only pay something like £90, £100 a year, and I can still then get 10 people, and it still gives me 50 hours of recording that I can just keep. But Pete and Cookies one has gone up. Now it was, I think it was about, what was it? About 200 quid, Pete, something like that a year, maybe. And now it's gone up to what? £340 a year.
I think it went from 280 to 320 something. So
yeah, but it's gone up.
Like $50 up.
So yeah, if you can support people's shows, please do so. I mean, you know, even if you just, even if
watching is free, but streaming is not. So
yeah,
there you
go. And if you want to support us, please support us. If you don't want to purchase anything or throw a few quid, then it doesn't matter. Just try and keep liking the show. That's a good way of showing some support.
Yep.
These are tough times. We know there is tough times for people, just to make ends meet, as they say. And here we have Roberto Rhymes. Word, Roberto. Word. I liked your new video, Roberto. The 99%. Yep, that was very good. Roberto, I can't say it as well as Roberto, but Roberto said, if you see these bargains that say to you it's 99% off, just think, right? If you don't buy that item, you've saved yourself 100%. But he said it a much better way.
Much better way. Yeah.
And Lynn's in the house. Salve up, your starfish troopers. Evenings, Rob, Pete. Well, Pete, Rob, and fast as Fook James. Lurking this evening for a change. Good evening, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
And going down. Mascara Snake. Hello, sir. Welcome.
The Snake. Hello.
I don't know if you fancy popping in the after chat. We haven't seen you in my after. I know you come into Cookies on a Wednesday. Maybe you're busy. I don't know if
He
you
was
fancy
there
it.
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, was he in your after chat? Did you have many in last night, Pete?
No, it was relative quiet. It was okay.
Yeah.
Not a full house. Yeah.
No,
Cool.
no. And the lurkers here, MI6 Matt. Yes. Watch yourselves, everyone. He's taking notes.
Notes, yes.
Good evening to you, Matt.
Screenshots.
Good evening to you. And the Cookie is here, fresh from his show yesterday.
Yeah.
Good evening, Cookie. And good evening, Amanda, or Manda, even.
Hi.
And Mahatma Malevolence is here. Hey up, cunts.
Hey up.
Hey up.
That's the first cunt.
I
night.
always say, hey up, Mahat, you twat.
Mahat the twat.
Mahat the twat. That's what he always calls himself in the after chat.
Yeah.
Anyone else that I've missed? Anyone else? Mascara and look at James. Yeah, James 5x5. I'm just going down here. Tagusa Steve! Tagusa Steve is in the house. Hello, Steve. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
And Paula's here as well. I think she's watching with Mother. Watch with Mother. Let's not talk about children's programs again. We did that. Oh, whilst we're just quickly talking about programs, and I've just remembered. Don't forget, next week is the exclusive Rumble monthly music show. So I have given it a theme, and it is 60s and 70s. So can you now listen? We've worked it out, Pete and I, because we had a discussion about this. We've worked out that you can normally get, with the amount of people that come into the show, 2 tunes each. So try and find your 2 favorite tunes from the 60s or from the 70s. Yeah, try and find your 2 favorite tunes. I've actually, I think all my tunes are, I think they're all from the 70s tonight that I've chosen. So just to give you a taster. So yeah, have a think on that and bring your tunes next week. It's going to be a 60s and 70s night. And good evening, Genuinely Concerned. Howdy, folks. Nice
Howdy.
And Ridiculizers in. Seen the news, the days prisoners getting released and talking about alternative punishment, etc. Wild. Yeah, and also all their flash cars turning up for them days, taking them all the money they've got from their drug deals, etc. Allegedly. Oh, there he is. He's here now, Pete.
Ah, there he is.
We were worried about you, CMB.
Yeah, you're late.
Throwing 2p coins at you, but they bounce off the screen. you
Throw harder.
And Mr. Smith's here as well. Thank you, Mr. Smith, for joining us. Better late than never last week. It was really good to have you on, actually. It was good. We had a good chat, didn't we? You know.
Yeah.
It was nice of you to turn up. Thank you for that. And anyone else? I think we've caught up now. Yeah, I think we've caught up. So, let's start with this. I saw this, Pete, right? And it says, if you see this, send it to your friend. Yeah, I thought I'd send this to you, Pete.
Okay.
I got this for you, Pete. All right.
Yeah. Thanks. That's a good one. Yeah.
Let's do it one more time. It should have just finished that bit, shouldn't it?
No,
I like.
it's fine.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, like it.
I like that you are gay. I might
Gay.
Gay. Have you done a gay meme yet? Have you, and an AI gay meme or something yet?
Me? No.
Yeah, have you done one for the show?
Gay meme? Why the fuck would I do a gay meme?
No, you know what I mean. Like something like that, for example.
Oh.
No?
Yeah, I could have. No, I've not yet, but I could.
So
I'll think of something with you, and
think of something. Yeah, but don't put my face in it, Pete.
come on. Okay,
You always do that, man. It's getting boring.
that's right. Yeah. No, okay.
You know what I mean? Look, how much abuse can you abuse me? You know? How much can you abuse me? You put my
Well.
head on top of a fucking woman.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
It's just horrible. You're horrible to me. You're abusive. Absolutely abusive. Talking of abusive, look at this. This poor bloke. Oh no, I won't go there. I'm going to talk about this first of all. Hey, I went out with my mum last week, Pete. I did
okay.
tell people I was going to go out. I took my mum out to the garden centre, and we went for coffee and chose some plants. But before we got into the garden centre, we were getting out of the car, and I was helping my mum out the car, and she's pretty able herself, to be honest with you. But she does have one of these trolleys. She's got one of these flash trolleys that you can sit on it and you can push it and you can put stuff in it as well. It's really, really good for old people. So I'll be getting one soon. And I thought I'd beat you to that one, Pete.
Yeah, my mom has one too.
I'll probably just inherit my mum's one.
Yeah.
And we were getting out of the car, and then all of a sudden we saw, my mum loves talking to people, like I love talking to people. We saw this other old lady getting out of her car, and she was really slow, bless her. She was ever so slow. And she's literally holding on to the car to get to the back of the car. And she was getting her own little trolley out. And I could see that she was struggling. So I just immediately, this is me, I go, would you like me to help you? And she went, oh, that'd be really nice, thanks. And so I got it, and I pulled her trolley out. And my mum's got one of these 4-wheeled trolleys, but this lady had a 3-wheeler, but it didn't have any seats. So we started having this conversation, and she said, oh, where did you get your one? You know, they start talking about their trolleys and you know, just chewing the fat about how their health and things like that. Then my mum always loves to go. She goes, yeah, I'm nearly 90. She always loves to say she's nearly 90. My mum, she's not nearly 90. She's not 90 until June, right? But she always says I'm nearly 90.
Well, close.
Yeah. But she loves to do this, right? And then she always says, "And how old are you, dear?" Right? And then so this woman says, "Oh, I'm 85. I'm 85." So I said, you know, you look like you're in quite a lot of pain. She went, "Oh, yeah." She said, I've been, you know, my health's really deteriorated recently. So I just said to her, I said, "Listen," I said, "Mum's had 2 heart attacks." I said she had that after she had the old jibby jabby, and I said, "Listen, whatever you do, you know, try and avoid going to the doctors and having the juice that they like to give you every year for the flu." And she goes, "I'm never having that again. I'm never having that again." She said, "The last time I had that," she said, "it made me so ill." She said, "I'm never having that again." So that was good that, you know, she was awake to that. And off we goes. We goes off to the have coffee and cake, and it was very nice and everything. And then we went and started choosing some flowers. It was very quiet, and it was a nice family garden centre. It's obviously run by a family, and there wasn't many people around. It was quite early. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. And so we went up to the woman, and one of the girls that was working there, she must have been at least 10 years younger than me, if not maybe 15. And we're chatting away. I'm chatting away to her. She shows us these plants. She's get these ones for, you know, to have all year round, etc., etc. I mean, I don't know much about plants, so I just took her advice. And we're chatting away, and then and somehow, you know, I got onto the subject. I said, yeah. I said, have you, you know, I said, we've got to be careful. I said, because like that, you know, they're poisonous, aren't they? She went, what? I said, well, if you never, you can't be. Look what he's done to me. Look, I'm trying to talk to you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, what happened there? Oh,
I'm trying to talk to you. Look what he's done to me. Look, for God's sake.
I'll
No,
put the
show the
orange
other one.
man on.
Show the one you came on with. The one with Pat.
Yeah, that might get you banned on YouTube. I don't know.
I don't care. I get a strike. I get a strike.
Okay.
That one is cool. That is
Mhm.
good. I'm
Okay.
glad you did that. I'm glad you did that, Pete, because I've forgotten what I look like with hair.
I know. So, where were you? Talking about your
I
mom.
was talking to this woman. I said, "Have you ever looked up in the sky and seen those zigzags?" She went, "Yeah." I said, "Have you never questioned what they do?" She went, "No." I said, well, next time you see them, I said, look up and watch how they blank out the sky. I said, then where do you think, I said, all those chemicals go? I said, they're going to come down on us. I said, look up geoengineering. I said, look at, and I just told her all about it. And she went, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. She went, oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. And for me, right? Yeah.
So basically,
Rainbow.
you terrified a little old lady.
No, she wasn't a little old lady. No, this was the woman that worked there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay.
This was the woman that worked there. So, she was very open to what I was talking about. And I think it's a good point to say to people, we're still at a point in our lives where we can still plant seeds. And if you pardon the pun, I planted some seeds at the garden centre. So I thought that was good. I mean, do you still do that, Pete? If you meet someone strange, I mean, I know you probably don't talk to anyone, because you're a miserable git. But do you ever do that? You ever just chat? To
No,
people?
I've given up on that. I've done that, but not anymore.
Have you genuinely given up?
No, people usually come up to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know I'm the crazy conspiracy guy right now, so I think
but if they don't
it's
know
like that.
you, no, but if they don't know you and you
No, I
bump into someone, would you do that? Would you chat to someone? Would you chat to someone in the chat?
Yeah, in a waiting room or in a, if you have a chatty conversation or with your barber. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That's the wrong example, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to have I might need a barber with that hair, Pete.
Definitely. But yeah, I might bring it up there, like start politics or talk a bit about politics and see where they lean first, and then
yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think it's important. What about the chat? Do they? I mean, do you people in the chat? Would you ever do that? Would you ever just start a conversation and start planting a seed in someone's head, or have you got to the point where now I can't be bothered? I mean, I still think it's important that we do this. I know that we do this, but people are going to be that find this channel is going to be few and far between. I did it whilst I was in the hospital, sowed seeds all over the nurses. You dirty boy.
Dirty. That's not what we mean, Cookie.
You're so disgusting. Yes, he still does it. Well, see, again, that's brilliant.
Yeah, no, I don't really.
No, that's really good. And I think that I wouldn't say we have a duty to do it. But
I was like that during 9/11 and the years after a lot. So,
Yeah. And see, MI6 Matt always does. Always.
Cool.
Yeah, always does it. You see, and I think, if you're passionate about it, you probably, you do it, and I think it's worth doing. I really do. Anyway, listen, I'm going to go on to my next article. I occasionally drop a one-liner and move on. What's heard can't be unheard. That's a really good point, Matt.
True.
It's a really good point. I like that. That's really good. Anyway, Pete, should we just
Yeah, do it.
We haven't told anyone, have we?
No.
We have a surprise guest. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, get ready with the round of applause, Pete. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm
Get ready. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our secret guest, Mr. Steve the Goose.
Yeah, nice. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Greetings to everyone in the chat. I thought it was about time to just pop in and plant a few seeds.
Hey.
Hey.
And
I thought, but really, what's a cunt like me doing in a chat with a pair of cunts like you two?
Hey.
Did I say it
hang on,
properly?
hang on.
Is it cunt or?
No, that's perfect.
We said to Steve in the pre-chat, we said, Steve, you've got to call Pete a cunt at least once.
At least one.
What I didn't say is call me one as well. So well done, Steve.
Yeah, I took the easy way out. Like we're all cunts.
Yeah. We're all conspiracy cunts. I like that.
Yeah.
You
No, good to see you, Steve.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I thought I'd just start off with this planting seeds thing because I had a weird day, as every day. And yeah, I do a lot. I used to push it on people maybe a little bit too much, and now what I do is I find a crack in their psyche. You know, if you look for people's weaknesses, you know, something they're unsure about, you can get in that little opening and make, you know, start giving them answers and questions to ask.
Yeah.
That's something I always do. But I think there's also a way, like, of like, you know, like Rob was, you know, Pete was like saying scaring an old lady. I thought myself you was talking about the older lady, the 85-year-old. But yeah,
Me too.
maybe it's a little bit late to start with the old.
No, that lady was awake to not having these anymore, Steve.
Yeah.
She was awake to that.
Because often with the older people, I usually try to give them more about the irrelevance of the material realm. You know, the fact that life is more spiritual, more, you know. But yeah, hello to everyone in the chat room. It's good to see you. It's brilliant. It's brilliant to be here. Yeah, I had a meeting with a what would you call it? A bureaucrat, an official, somebody from the, you know, somebody who somewhere along the line has got government authority backing them, and then they come to you as if they've got this authority over you. But if you're like me, then you turn things around a little bit, because as I've spoken a lot on the Mystery Show, you know, the government gets its authority kind of from God, be it real concept, whatever. The government gets its authority from God. So if I get my authority from God as well, then how can I get my authority from government? You know, so it sort of starts working itself out. And in the argument, without a boxing match, there's quite a bit of way of swaying people who work within the system, who have to keep their mouth shut. You know, there's a lot of ways of swaying the people within the system, but they can't be swayed too much. They've got their own guidelines. They're like, you know, they're like robots in a way, but they've got their own will, and you can sway them just that enough to make it to your advantage. You know, that's what. That's another part of, you know, like when we talk about sowing seeds. You know, sowing seeds for our own benefit that we can instantly harvest.
Yeah,
you know.
There seems to be a lot of people as well going down the natural law route and your bills of exchange thing that Webby talks about. I mean, my big issue with that is it's all very well, and you might get away with that for so long, but what it comes down to is that I feel that the courts are corrupt. I mean, they'll send, like, for example, if you try to say, no, you're not having my house, they'll send the police will then come round. They'll lock off the street, and they'll break into that house, and they'll get that house, you know, if they want it. I think it's great that people are becoming more aware of the law, but until the law stops breaking the law, I don't know how much that we're ever going to win over the system. Personally, I'm not convinced about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's different areas of law, isn't there? There's like criminal law, you know, like, for example, growing weed or trespassing, you know, like camping in a forest where you're not allowed to camp and stuff like that. You know, and then there's like property laws, house laws, mortgage laws. That's, again, a totally different section. For me, you know, the whole, what we would call the free man on the land movement, or but basically, it was a lot to do. It was a lot more to do with legislation and legalese and documents. And,
yes, that's right. Yeah,
and property. Now, I think a lot of legislation's unfair. You know, that mortgages are unfair and all this lot. But that's not really my interest. For me, my interest is And I think it's for many of us. It's like we want to determine our own lives. We don't want to necessarily own our own house and not pay whatever. That they're consequences that we accept. But when it comes to certain things, we determine our own lives. And for me, as an English person living in a foreign country, I notice it very noticeably that the system doesn't really know what to do with me. It's like it's a one-size-fits-all system. But I'm not German. I'm not British. I'm not anything. I guess I'm British. In one way.
Have you got a British passport still, Steve?
I've got a British passport. Yeah. But I've also got.
But you're also a German citizen or a German.
I've got what you would call a
Aufenthaltserlaubnis.
Aufenthaltsgenehmigung, yeah.
Genehmigung.
Oder Aufenthaltsgenehmigung.
Erlaubnis.
Yeah, it's like it's a little bit like it's like what would you call it? ID card for my German entity, my legal fiction in Germany. Because a legal fiction is like a person, isn't it? It's like you have a name and all of this lot, and that name represents you, and you represent that name. But if you're in Germany, the British laws can't apply because they're British. It's a very language-based thing. So suddenly, German laws apply to me, but I need a juristic person, a legal person, in order for that to work. So then a legal person is created, and a lot of other like legal entities then pop off from that. It's interesting to see when you get a new legal entity, because we get it at birth when we're born in a country. But when you move to a new country and you get all different documents, you see how these entities pop into life. It's kind of crazy. But back to the thing about what I really do. And what I've always done, for example, like if I'm playing a concert, it can be that I get the police to the concert asking us to turn the music down, or stop the concert or whatever, or tell us that there's a problem. So I have a totally different meeting with the police because they know I'm in charge of the concert. I could start chaos in that moment, or I could calm the people down. They're not qualified to go on stage and say anything. So it's an interesting dynamic because they have to be really courteous and respectful, even though you're there high on drugs, now your head on alcohol, halfway through a song, talking to a policeman and being very, very on an amazing level of like respect. So there's always been these types of situations with police when we're on our way with tour bus. It's not like a one-size-fits-all legal system or law system unless we put ourselves in that position. But if like what I experience is if you treat people in the system, even though they're annoying, if you treat them like with a certain amount of respect and understanding, they'll be more on your side. And there's a certain dynamic, for example, that person from the government, that minister or agent of the government, is getting paid to deal with you. So if you can make it so that his time is better dealing with you, then he'll be happier to deal with you. He has to deal with people. So if you're one of the people he likes to deal with, he's more likely to give you the help than the others he doesn't like. So there's a lot of factors that play in, or like being very honest. I'm always very honest without giving stuff away. But I'm like straight up. I'll put the cards on the table and I'll say, look, I respect you have your position, you have your job, but your income has got nothing to do with me. Your wage packet has got nothing to do with me. So and I find that there's a lot more we can do here and that. Always in the here and now in our world to change it. I don't think it's like, I think it's a constant process even within ourselves. You thinking to yourself, what's the best strategy next or whatever.
Cheers to that, Steve. Well, are you going to be playing a song later?
I will be playing a song later, yes, if that's...
You've got to do it before 9, haven't you? So we'll fit that in before, because it's 10 o'clock your time, isn't it? So it'll be 9 o'clock our time. So we'll get you to play a little song In the meantime, I've got this. I'd like to ask people.
Hey, we got a question for the chat. Dr. Robert's got some questions. Get ready to give him the answers and write them down in the chat.
Yeah, here's blame Pete for that, Steve. Yeah. So here's a video I saw, and it made me want to pose the question to you.
Glasses is gone. Like, how did that happen?
I had a seizure.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty crazy to talk about. But yeah, I had a seizure last week, and it's fallout from like my death from last year. I died.
You're dead?
Yeah. I had what's called a craniectomy, or I had a blood clot on my brain. It grew to the size of my brain. Popped my skull open when I was working at Finale Cafe.
This happened when you were at work?
Yeah. And then I was in a coma for 2 weeks. I was pronounced dead. My vitals came back on in the ambulance. I survived a 6-hour surgery. It's called a craniectomy. And it was a 42% fatality rate. And my doctor calls me coin flipper because I flipped a coin on my life. And I had a bad coin and I still won.
Whoa. So wait. So you died before?
Yes.
How did that feel? What was the experience like?
Peaceful.
Peaceful?
Yeah.
Really? Like, what did you see? Like, you see anything?
Nothing.
Really?
You don't see anything. I mean, I'm not saying nobody sees anything.
Right.
I did not see anything. And I've always thought stories like that are kind of like BS or whatever. But now that I've been through it, what I can say is true that a lot of people say is life flashes before your eyes. Like every memory, I'm telling you, every single memory you've ever made in your entire life will rush past you at like light speed. And you get to a point where whatever pain you might be feeling, you don't feel it anymore. And you'll kind of just start to not even understand what's going on. And then either you'll be back or you won't.
Wow.
But it's very peaceful. And honestly, one of the hardest things I've had to deal with is accepting to be back alive after I died.
Wow. Wait, so it's harder for you to accept you're alive than being dead?
Yes, it was really peaceful. And it honestly is something that I struggled with for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling better now. And I hope it always stays that way.
Wow.
So until then, yeah, we just like are gonna...
That's crazy.
It's interesting, isn't it? You know, like people's near-death experiences, and it made me, when I watched that, it made me think, because the guy struggled. He genuinely said he struggled to be alive now.
Most come back completely changed, Rob.
Yeah, because he felt so much at
like
peace.
staunch businessmen come back like, you know, choir boys, like really nice guys. Like, oh, I made all the, like he says, you see all the fucking errors you make as well.
Yes.
Right. And then you get that chance, and then they want to make all those errors right or something like that. Yeah, crazy. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted
you hear it a
I
lot.
wanted to ask the question, you know, to people in the chat, and that is, do you... Now, I know we probably don't want to know the type of death we have, but do you fear death, as in the process of death? You know, and I mean, this guy, obviously, he's done his death experience. He's comfortable. He's, you know, when it comes, he seems fine with it. And me personally, I'm also fine with it. I know one day it's going to come to us all, but I've accepted it. I know I'm not immortal, and I'm comfortable about the fact. I don't think any of us want to, you know, like, you know, have an uncomfortable life near the end. But none of us can know how that process is going to happen. What's going to happen to our bodies? Whether we're going to slowly fall apart or whatever. But I mean, I don't fear death. What about you, Pete? Pete, do you fear death?
No, I didn't fear getting born either.
I see.
Right.
Good point. Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't worried about crawling out of my mama's pussy. I should have. But traumatized.
And what about you, Steve?
It's a good question, really. I think I used to be quite scared of death, and I don't think I am now.
Yeah.
Do
you think that's an age thing as well?
It could be, but
It's a
I think
definition.
probably I've just started. Yeah, It's like an interpretation of the thing. I mean, for me, I
Yeah,
often
I
think
don't
of,
fear death, but I fear losing life. Right? I am
yeah,
comfortable. I have a happy life. I like the people around me. I love the people around me. Right? My family and all those. I don't want to miss them. All that.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll miss that. Sure. That's the fear of death, I guess, for me.
But that's your
I-
fear.
But I
in
don't
this
fear
li-
dying. I don't fear what comes after.
But that's your
I-
fear in this life, isn't it, Pete? If you see what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah. More
I mean, when you're
rational fears.
yeah, it's your it's your irrational feeling. But when, like that guy said, when he was dead, he was at peace almost.
Yeah, I know all of us will join there, right? We'll see each other there, all of us. So none of us
Yeah.
have
Do you
forever
fear
life.
the
So
afterlife, if there is one?
I fear coming back. To be
Yeah, I
honest,
don't.
if there's an
I don't
afterlife,
want to do
then
this reincarnation thing.
yeah. But what happens if it happens?
Oh,
It's just-
then I'll deal with it, don't I? I probably won't even know that I came
No.
back.
Well,
That
the
I've been
point,
here before.
but part of the reason why I do these videos and all of the things is it's for the children, but it's also if I happen to have to come back, you know, I want to do everything I can just in case. Do you know what I mean? I hope I don't come back, but I
Yeah.
can't guarantee it. You know, a lot of people think that reincarnation is wishful thinking. Me, it isn't. It's like I might just have to go back. You know, it's like. But for me, I think
It's-
like the fear of pissing myself at the moment where I die is more like, you know, it's an embarrassing thing. I imagine I've died and I'm pissing myself and I think, oh no, that's embarrassing. You know what I mean? That's what I fear about death.
Is that the last Klingons of ego, Steve?
well,
the
like,
final
yeah,
fart.
I used to go rock climbing, but I didn't want to be found at the bottom of like, you know, all, you know, like fallen at the bottom. I just thought that was embarrassing. I find
Yeah.
don't die like
loser.
Yeah.
Amateur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah. But I don't fear death or what comes after. I don't know what comes after. I don't know about reincarnation. You know, I know people that are have invested a lot of time in studying that. And I had a colleague. He went to Tibet and did all the monk stuff and did research on reincarnation. So he looked up young children with their stories,
Yeah.
right? So and he checked them and he went all over the world and yeah, he's completely convinced that there is something like reincarnation, right? So and that's funny to me or interesting to me because now we live in a time where everything is recorded and you know there's a copy of you now on the internet living forever, right?
Mhm.
So you're going to be reborn once in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and maybe you're going to be watching one of your videos of your
That's the
past
idea.
life, of your
Yeah,
past life,
exactly.
right?
We're watching Starfish
Troopers, yeah, and you're like,
I
yeah,
remember
man,
something. You know?
yeah, that clicks, yeah, something clicks, cookie.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's maybe like
Yeah.
we've already been reincarnated, and maybe we see things from others in the past that was us. No, that was before our time, really, wasn't it? Internet.
you
Yeah,
might
Yeah,
be
you're
well,
right. It's
it is part of our time. So yeah, these are all time capsules
I think
now, right?
Jimmy asked a good question. It's about define death and how it relates to the spirit. Yeah, I mean, you can't, can you? Because we don't know what's going to happen, really, do we? Death, I suppose,
Well-
death in this life is just is the heart stopping and the brain not responding, and that's it. And then them either burning you or burying you. I mean, and someone saying he's dead. I mean,
Yeah, but by
what
the time
happens-
they bury or burn you, your spirit has already left.
Yeah,
the
your
body
spirit
long
has
time,
already left.
So that's gone.
yeah, yeah.
So that doesn't matter. I don't see any problems with that. Like I don't have to be, buried to the east or any of that shit. I don't care.
Mr.
Every
Smith
culture
says,
has a different burial ritual as well. So
what is to be afraid of with death? It's just a part of a cycle, and there's no such thing as the monster under the bed.
Yeah.
well, as a kid, I I used to have a monster under my bed.
Did you?
Well, I thought I had, yeah, definitely. I didn't fucking stick a finger outside of my bed.
No, James. No, brain dead is a lie, in my opinion. I don't think that's true because you've got Pete here.
You had that guy now. What was it in America? The guy got he was pronounced dead, brain dead, and they were harvesting his organs, and he woke up while they were harvesting his organs.
Yeah, that's
That happened in the US yesterday or 2 days before.
yeah.
Imagine that.
You get that, don't you? Occasionally.
Steve, I think you should. I think. Look, we're getting near your time. I don't want to deal. I don't want you to have to say I can't play because it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock my time, so I've got to play. So go on, entertain us, Steve. Come on, get that guitar out.
Okay.
Your connection isn't great, Steve.
Google
You're doing a bit of Max Headroom. Or
Is
Steve
it not?
Headroom. No, it's
a bit choppy.
It's a bit choppy, but we're getting most of you. Don't worry. We're getting most of you. Is he frozen now? Pete?
I'm
Oh no, he's back.
No, he's
just with my wire. Am I back?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
wiggling my wire.
Yeah, you're back, Steve. Come on then.
Good.
What do you want to play us tonight, Steve?
I think I'll play an old classic called She Sells Seashells. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Good.
High
So I've
five.
gone off for a second.
5 by
just
5,
close
baby.
Oh, good man.
Just close WhatsApp. There we go. She told me her name was Mary, and her maiden name was Jane. Some say she's too contrary, some say she's not quite sane. She knows how to take up a cake. She knows how to take a break. At night she goes out walking, dancing barefoot down the lane. Stop to watch the moon clouds. It's better in the rain. She knows seashells on the shore, gives up money to the poor. She never saw us smiling. That's exactly why she came. She can throw a party where the heart is, with something so mundane as this. And she knows how to lose your sheep. She's counting wolves while they're asleep. The heart of the city, upon the high-rise block, the greenest garden for miles up at the top. But one day cops took the elevator to Buster on the roof on suspicion. When they searched among the flowers for hours, they found nothing but the truth. For she knows how to live the dream. She's pure as water, clear and clean. Yeah.
Well done,
Excellent.
Steve.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Very good.
For the opportunity.
If you want to see more of the To Goose the Steve, he's live every Thursday here on. He does like what we all do now, and that is the first hour on YouTube, and then the second hour exclusively on Rumble, because we can be less candid on Rumble, isn't that right? Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We can say things that we can't normally say, like here. So
Yeah.
I wanted to discuss an article actually, but I think I might come back to that. Whilst Steve has just been singing a song, I wanted to do something new with you. So I'm just going to share. Hang on, let me just share this screen. Just bear with me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. You can. Yeah, there it is. Yep, that's what I wanted. Right. Okay. I've got that. So I'm now going to just present this, share the screen. Right. Okay. Let's go to there. Right. So this segment is called Guess the Previous Pop Star. Who is, they've all grown up now. Okay. So you've got to try and guess who this pop star is. Pete and Steve, you can both do this as well, right? Okay. So who is this? Had some very big hits, I think in the 80s and 90s. Started late 80s, I think. Who do you think this is then? Right, let me share that with you. There you go. Which pop star do you think that could be? Come on, everyone, you can play the game. There we go. Look, there's. I've made it bigger for you. Who do you think is? Any idea, Steve? Any idea? Or Pete? Any idea?
Swift.
I don't know who Swift is.
Taylor Swift. Come on.
Taylor Swift.
That's Taylor Swift, isn't it?
What, the real Taylor Swift?
Yeah, without makeup.
Oh. Have you
Oh,
been reading the papers, Mr. Smith? Yeah, Mr. Smith's got it right. It is Lisa Stansfield.
now you say, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is Lisa Stansfield. No, it wasn't George Michael Lynn, and it wasn't Celine Dion, Roberto Ryan. So yeah, let's guess the previous pop star. Oh, she's not looking very great, is she? I don't think she's looking. She's not looking.
She
her
have
best.
something.
You know,
Wasn't she ill?
I don't know actually. Most people have been ill if they took a certain thing, Pete. But we can say that certain thing. I do have another one as well for you. Ready for this one? This is the second one. Take Mr. Smith's comment down because we're not going to say that's it, right? Who do you think this is then?
Hang on.
There you go. Who do you think that is?
Sake, I don't know.
80s pop star that a lot of us men would have liked to have shagged. Come on. Who do you think this could be? Any idea, gentlemen?
I don't fucking know. I really don't know.
You won't believe who it actually is. You're gonna be shocked, actually. Yeah,
Okay.
you're going to be shocked. Anyone in the chat?
Shirley Bassey.
Is that Gollum from Lord of the Rings? Oh, for God's sake, Smithy, you're too good at this. Susanna Hoffs, she was the lead singer of the Bangles.
Oh, the little one.
The lead singer of the Bangles.
Yeah, the tiny one, the little one. Yeah. She was cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that more like Egyptian?
Yes. Yeah. Here we go. Look, here it is. There she is.
Yeah.
There she
Ooh.
is.
Tiny girl.
Nice guitar.
Yeah. Susanna Hoffs.
Is that a Rickenbacker?
I wouldn't know. Stradivarius.
What's that for a guitar in the chat?
For an extra bonus point. What guitar?
Very like an Egyptian. Yeah, very good. I like that comment, Cookie. An eternal flame. Yeah, so there you go.
Ricky.
Yeah, so
That's
there you
a
go.
Ricky. A Ricky? Guitar.
Is it a
It's
Ricky?
a Ricky.
I don't know what he means by that. What's a Ricky?
A Rickenbacker.
Oh, a Rickenbacker, right? Guitar. Yeah,
I would imagine.
yeah. So, did you like that, Pete? Did you like that little
Yeah.
segment? Guess the 80s pop star. I'll try and do more of that.
Yeah.
And Mr. Smith, if you fucking do the same, you see these right, and you know the answers. You be quiet. Let other people have a go.
You're too good at this.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be that good at it. You know.
Time him out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to time you out. Yeah. That's a
Just
good
say
idea.
George Michael. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, just say George Michael. Otherwise, I'll call you a
Cunt.
Yeah. Cunt.
Yeah. And if you get it right, I'll go
Fuck.
Yeah.
fuck. So just give other people a go, Smithy. You know, just give other people a go. Anyway, listen.
2 more minutes, Rob. And then we'll
Yeah, I
gonna
know. Well, do
hop
you know
over.
what, Pete? We can play some music. Here is a great song from the one and only Mr. Angry North. Enjoy.
Ooh. Very good.
Well, I'd like to be a doctor and help people to stay well, using knowledge, care, and wisdom, following evidence as well, with the purest patient focus. No products I'm obliged to sell, but I know it couldn't work like that. It would not go well. Struggling vainly to suppress them, I'd be consumed by guilty qualms, but I'd reassure my victims daily so they'd stay confident and calm. I'd close my eyes to all those outcomes, keep giving death shots in the arm, shitting daily on my promise to first and always do no harm. 'Cause it's hard to make a living while staying honest and true, only doing things that voice inside won't cry when you do. I'd like to be a teacher, should be a noble thing to be. And many kids don't have real parents, only devices and screens. And those children, they're the future, if there's one that we're gonna see. But I'd find it hard to play my part in school insanity. I'd make kids fear fresh air and faces, I'd incite their insecurities. I'd tell them boy or girl or thing, come on, choose a different thing to be. Teach them government's their real friend, and it's gonna give them all they need. In those young and fertile minds, I would plant those evil seeds. Yeah, 'cause it's hard to make a living when hungry mouths rely on you. Sticking solely to the things you know you only should stick to. It's so hard to make a living and not swallow Satan's stew. 'Cause he feeds you in that cage while he plays sick games with you. Well, I'd like to be a policeman, helping my community, serving ordinary people, protect their bodies and property, even-handed with common sense and firm at those times when it's right to be. But I fear I couldn't handle who a copper needs to be. A woke PR performing monkey, I'd get down for pictures on my knee, while those requesting rights for humans receive the violent side of me. Harass and bully those who dream there's still free speech in this country. Assist with government oppression of any new extreme degree. It's so hard to make a living while staying true to you, when so few listen to their conscience to be one of those very few. It's so hard to make a living and not guzzle Satan's goo, when it seems the only means of survival he gives you. I'd like to be a pharmacist, I'd like true to live, when no one's standing made to scientists, when someone's not quite yours. But those who decency in clean act, there's no supply of nicer is. If they stand for something right, they'll find they're thrown out on their ears.
You like that one, Steve? You're muted.
Yeah, brilliant. I love the text and I love the way. I love Angry North. Yeah,
Yeah,
brilliant.
Angry North's great, isn't it?
It's
I
a
mean-
completely different style of music, isn't it?
Yeah, he just basically encapsulated like those 4 years, didn't he, in that one video? I'd say.
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
did. You know, never forget and what they did to us. Absolutely right, Matt. Absolutely right. And I think that's, you know, some people say, "Oh, it's time to move on," but they didn't move
Doing
on.
to us, they're still doing it, mate.
Yeah, they didn't move on. I'm afraid not. They didn't move on. They
It's-
still want to. They
it's
still
okay.
haven't taken away the laws that they imposed on us.
Nope.
They want to reverse it back to 2020 rather. You know, then great, and then reverse all those laws. But those laws are still in place. They still want to fuck us up.
Germany today is voting on the emergency COVID laws again for the
Yep.
4th year now. So they're still in their emergency law. And that law is going to, you know, they can uphold that for a year or something like that, for a couple of months.
Yeah.
So it's up for renewal, and they're going to try and renew it again now in Germany.
I mean, it's a matter of life and death, isn't it? It's
Fucking
not something
4
you sort of,
years.
like move on. You know what I mean? It's like people are dying. YouTube
Well, for
show,
them, the
apparently.
emergency laws means a cop-out, right? They're not responsible for anything, and they can still give the jab. Because as soon as the emergency law is gone, they cannot give that jab anymore. because it's not approved. It's only approved under emergency law.
Should we carry on talking more candidly and fuck YouTube?
Mhm. Fuck YouTube.
I forgot we're on YouTube. Nice one.
Me too.
To Roberto.
Yeah. So goodbye, goodbye YouTube. If you wanna follow us on YouTube and you want to comment, A, you've got to subscribe, I think, and B, we always just do the first hour. So the link is in the show notes. Plus, Pete put it in the chat as well. So goodbye YouTube, and we'll see you all. Don't forget, no show if you just watch YouTube. No show next week. It's an exclusive Rumble show next week. It's the monthly music show where we'll be playing hits from your favorites from the decades of the 60s and the 70s. So join us next week. All right. Goodbye for now.